Hello everyone, and welcome back to Sugar Glider Diaries. I'm Kimberly, and if you're here for the first time, welcome. I'm glad to have you. So today I'm doing a fun video all about assumptions that people make about sugar gliders. I just did a live video, a 10-minute quick live video about assumptions about me. I'm going to link that in the description box below. So if you're interested in assumptions about me, those are really trending right now. For this video, I'm just going to stick to assumptions people make about sugar gliders. There are so many people out there that still have no idea what a sugar glider even is. And so there's easy to make a lot of assumptions about them and their care. So I thought this might be a fun series of videos to do. For this first video, I asked a bunch of my friends and family that I know don't really know a lot about sugar gliders for their assumptions. And so I'm going to answer those assumptions today in this video. One assumption that I had when I first got started was that I thought that sugar gliders could be let loose to run in the house and that you know they would just not be put in danger at all, and they would be able to just go back in their cage then when you wanted them to be in their cage. And I know a lot of people actually do this. I keep hearing people talking about this, but in my opinion, that is not safe unless you have completely glider-proofed your whole house. And I don't really know how you would do that, to be honest. So that was an assumption that I made, and that is not the lifestyle that I've chosen for me and for my gliders. But thankfully, I realized that that was not going to be the case long before I actually got sugar gliders. That was just when I started researching an assumption that I had. I also had an assumption that they could wear diapers, and that is not feasible and not safe. So those are two assumptions that I had before I started researching. And so now I'm going to answer the assumptions of my friends and family. I'm going to attempt to do this with my sugar glider on me. So bear with me because it may be a little bit of a distraction, but I know that you guys really like seeing them, so I'm going to give it a shot. So here's Balky. Hey, little boy. The other ones are in their sleeping pouch on my lap. So my first assumption that I'm going to talk about is from Tyra. She is a friend. She does my hair. She's, that's how I know her. And she said that she assumes that they are timid. And I think that I would agree with that assumption for the most part. He specifically is pretty timid and skittish. And especially with new people, sugar gliders can tend to be very timid and scared. And then they come off as being mean. I'm going to link in the description box below another video that I did called My Sugar Glider's So Mean. And it just all kind of talks about that, how them being timid or scared can come across as being mean or vicious, but they're really not. I mean, how can you say this little face is vicious? I don't know. He's just so sweet. But they are timid, and they do kind of, you know, they're very fast moving. They do jump around if they're really nervous. They will try to escape for sure. So I think timid would be a good way to describe them. Marilyn, my sister, my half-brother's wife, Marilyn, I asked her what her assumptions about sugar gliders were, and she said, I assume they take a lot of time to get to know and care for. I don't know that I would say they take a lot of time to care for, but they do take a lot of time to get to know and research beforehand, and even once you get them, maybe even doing additional research. And that takes a lot of time, and that's a lot of investment into their care just to know how to take care of them. You do need to make their diet, so that can take, you know, an hour once a month for me. So that's not a huge time investment, but it still is, you know, a consideration for sure. I would not call them a low maintenance pet, but I also don't feel that they are a high maintenance pet either. I'm gonna let him go in my little pouch because he's getting pretty antsy. You've been a good boy. Yes, you've been a good boy. Here you go, buddy. You don't want to? You're gonna poop on me first? Okay, well, I'm just gonna leave that there, so if he wants to, he can. He might be just having fun exploring. That's fine too. The next assumption is from my school friend that actually just moved into our neighborhood. Her name is Bree. Oh, yeah, that's a lot of poop. Oh, no. Okay, hold on. Let me get that before it falls on my couch. I came prepared. I thought it looked like he was pooping. They kind of raise their tail a little bit when they poop. Okay. Oh, you want to go be with your girlfriends, don't you? Okay, that's fine. I'll take Miss Stella Bella out for the rest of these, maybe, if she'll cooperate with me. There we go. And as far as time spent with them, also, a lot of the time that you spend with your sugar gliders during the day anyway is actually in a bonding pouch or in your bra or in my little no-sew bra bonding pouch. And so that doesn't really, it's not a lot of investment in time, but you actually are spending quite a few hours of the day with them, but they're sleeping and you're petting them and interacting with them that way, but it's not a huge time investment in that sense. Morgan, my best friend, Morgan, one of my best friends I've had since school, said she assumes that they are social animals. And yes, they are social animals, especially with each other. You really need at least 2 sugar gliders. So if you have just one single glider alone, even if you can spend a lot of time with them, they really need a companion because they can get depressed and self-harm themselves. They actually overgroom themselves. They've been known to get so depressed that they actually leads to health problems and they can actually die from depression. So they really need at least 2 sugar gliders. They are very social. They groom each other. It's just a part of who they are. And out in the wild, they definitely live in groups. So having them in captivity by themselves is not the way you want to do things. Hold on, honey, it's right here. There's the opening right there. There's the opening, but no one else is in there, so you don't want to go in there, do you? I'll show you how easy it is to pop them in there when I'm all done. But usually they're used to Natiris in there, and then they just go right in. And I put Natiri directly in there because she poops and pees as soon as I get her out of her sleeping pouch, whereas the other 2, it takes a while of them walking around on me to poop and pee. Like Stella Luna didn't poop and pee at all. Valky pooped in one pile on my arm that was easy just to take and put, but Natiri poops and pees just all over. That's just part of having sugar gliders. Let's see, my next assumption is from my friend Katie. I've known her since elementary school also, and she goes to my church. Her assumption was that their food would be a decent amount of fruit. And I would say that fruit is definitely a part of their diet, but it's absolutely not the bulk of their diet. You really need to follow a staple diet recipe. I also have a video on what I feed my sugar gliders and a link that has all the approved staple diets in the description box. So I'll link that in the description box of this video also. I won't go too into that, but a lot of people assume that because they're sugar gliders, that they mostly eat fruit. And if you just give them a variety of fruit, that they'll be fine. And that's definitely not the case. They need much more to their diet than just fruit. And my last assumption is from one of my youngest fans, Katie's son, Desmond. Desmond is 7 years old. He's the same age as my youngest, and he watches these videos all the time. So if you're watching, Desmond, hi. Desmond assumed that they're very nice, that they love you right away because they're fluffy and cute. They are fluffy and cute, but they do not love you right away. Most of the time, a sugar glider will take quite a while to actually bond with their owner. And so that can be quite a long process, anywhere from a month to 5 years or more to actually bond with your glider. And that just depends on the personality of the glider, the consistency of the owner, the techniques the owner tries, and there's a lot of factors that go into that. But I would definitely not say that they automatically or they quickly love their owner. They are nice, but if you consider biting an unnice thing to do, then maybe you would not consider them to be nice, because sugar gliders do bite. I have a whole other video on that as well. I will link that in the description box below. Some of these assumptions really could use their own video, and I've actually already made a video on quite a few of these assumptions, and so I will just go ahead and link that in the description box below. I just have this thing like hanging out of my shirt the whole time. Oh well. Okay, I'm going to show you how easy it is to get them in this no-sew bra pouch. I do have a video tutorial on how to make this. It's just a very simple anti-pill fleece no-sew item. This has been the #1 thing that has really helped my bonding process with my sugar gliders. And so if you're looking to help your bond, you could start looking into that. I have a series of videos on that as well. So I'll show you how easy it is. You can see how they really wanted to go back into their sleeping pouch. This is what they were sleeping in when I took them out of their cage. They really wanted to go back in there because they are social animals. They're colony animals. They're used to sleeping together. That's their comfort zone, and they love each other. So when I put them in my no-sew bra bonding pouch, I just stick it down my shirt here, and I open up the flap so they can see that they can go between the fleece. And then I usually take Natiri out first. So I kind of just move the pouch around to get her little head out. Kind of squeeze the pouch slightly just so that it's easy for her to get out. And then I just show her the pouch and she goes right in. After she gets in there, then it's very easy for Balki and Celaluna to both go in because they see her in there. They know that they want to be with her. And I'll show you now. I'll pop Celaluna out on my arm and see how earlier she wanted to go into the pouch she was used to sleeping in, but I can pretty much guarantee you that now that her friends are in my bra bonding pouch, she's probably going to want to go in there instead of climbing down to my lap. See them in there? Yep. She sees them and instantly wants to go in. One trick with the no-sew bra bonding pouch as well is to make it smell like them. So if you have a pouch that they've been sleeping in, I would take that, turn it inside out so that the part that they've been sleeping in is exposed, and then put that inside the no-sew bra bonding pouch that you have made, and then leave it overnight or for a couple days, and then that's really going to start to smell like them. Or if you have little pieces of anti-pill fleece that you've cut into little blankets, I'll show you, actually, I have a couple of those that I have made. I'll go grab those and show you what I'm talking about. I just use anti-pill fleece scraps. You can basically do whatever size you want. I tend to cut them into hearts because I'm a 12-year-old girl at heart still. Then I stick them in their sleeping pouch. So, you just stick some of the hearts in here, and it's just some extra blankies for them to sleep with. And then if you're really wanting to train them to use the no-sew bra pouch, or even to go to sleep in your bra itself, after these have been in there for a while and they smell like them, then you can take them out and put those in your bra or your no-sew bra pouch or your bonding bag or whatever, and that'll just smell a little bit more like them. They're very, very scent oriented, so that is very helpful with that. Also, when you're first bonding with your sugar gliders, if you can take some of these same kind of blankies and sleep with them or wear them during the day, in your shirt, in your bra, whatever, and then that'll get your smell on them. And then if you put those in the bonding bag, then even if you're not the bonding bag, then if you put those in the sleeping pouch, then they're smelling you and getting your scent while they're in their comfortable place with their friends. And it really helps encourage that bond as well. So these blankies have multiple purposes. Also, if it's extra chilly out or something like that and you want them just to have a little extra warmth, you can also put them in the bags. It's not going to take the place of a warm house, obviously. But if it's just, normally you have it at 72 degrees and it's going to be 70 degrees or whatever, you can just put it in there. All I have to say about that, those are my assumptions about sugar gliders. If you have assumptions that you have about sugar gliders because you don't know a bunch about sugar gliders, or if you had assumptions before when you started researching sugar gliders that you don't have anymore, please comment below and I'll do another series of this video. Hope you enjoy. Be sure to subscribe and give it a thumbs up. Thanks. Have a great day.